Hello friends, near and far, dear to my heart, I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. This reading will be for Capricorn and all Capricorn placements found within your birth chart, specifically your 10th house influence. If you are new to these placements, just know that I offer personalized birth chart readings and synastry relationship chart readings. Browse the description box below, check out my website, see what services I provide if you resonate with me as a reader. In this reading, we will discuss astrology for your sun ascendant signs. Cross watchers, also, you're welcome here. This astrology portion really helps you get a deep dive into your Capricorn, okay? The June love message will be below as well. It will be linked. And you can also find some supportive content for the Saturn retrograde. And also I have an elemental love check-in. I highly encourage you to watch for your other placements. Again, if this doesn't resonate, don't make it fit. We are in Gemini season. Geminis are the intellects, the thought provokers, represented by the twins, right? Symbolizing duality of the head and the heart. This connection highlights the power of manifestation, especially since Gemini represents the magician in the major arcana. Gemini emphasizes balancing spiritual aspirations with practical actions and the connection between the spiritual and material worlds. This dualism, akin to the head, right, logic, and the heart, intuition, asks us to find that balance and to recognize that life is not black or white. Right? Gemini is full of color, this spectrum, right, of color and perspective that we are gaining. And some core questions that I have for everyone this month especially is, where are you manifesting from? Are you manifesting from your past traumas, your past wounds, this lack or fear story that you tell yourself? We're going to dive into the June readings. Hi Capricorn, welcome to this space. Again, cross watchers, you are welcome here as well. Thank you for joining me here if you're new to my channel. All your likes, your subscribes, your comments, I truly appreciate your support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Capricorn, Gemini energy is buzzing around, okay? And we also have a full moon in your sign. So let's talk about it, okay? The first portion of this reading will be astrology, then we'll dive into the tarot, okay? Get some oracle messages as well. So when I first started your reading this morning, I was feeling very ungrounded, you know? There was a level of feeling a little off-centered, off-kiltered. Okay, so that could be something that you are experiencing. We have this sixth house influence for you, Gemini energy. Sixth house is Virgo. The fine details. When I think of the wisdom of the Oracle deck, and we're actually going to pull from that after we get through this portion, the clean it up card, right? And it does talk about manifestation, and we forget, you know, with the laws of attraction or manifestation in our lives, the fine detail and how crucial every single movement we make, right? Especially the inner critic that we have to address, and this negative self-talk. You know, Gemini again is ruled by the mind, mercurial energy. So this is where the off-centeredness can come in, is because we can be really imbalance between the head and the heart, right? And there's this need to find the qualities of both, and finding that balance and understanding that, again, it's not one or the other, right? These are some core lessons that we're all learning during Gemini season. So sixth house is your duties, your responsibilities, the daily tasks that you are doing, the ritual, right? Looking at life as a ritual. Everything that you do, your waking life, you know, sips of coffee. There's a lot about taking pauses through this sixth house, because we can definitely be very self-sacrificing and burn out. You know, people with strong sixth house or the sixth house influence, right? Even if you don't have a lot in your natal chart, there can be this being acts of service, right? The overachievers, right? Virgo. This Virgo energy, again, the inner critic That's something that Virgo really needs to work on, right? That's some of the shadow work that's found with that sign, is that inner critic and this perfectionism. And we actually saw this reflected in the Aries reading, and as well with, what was it? It was Taurus. Yeah, this perfectionism was showing up. No, it was, sorry, I'm trying to remember now. Was it Pisces or Aquarius? I can't recall, but it's been coming up a lot. Let's just put it that way. I think it's the Saturn and Pisces influence that we are experiencing towards the end of the month. We have had Saturn and Pisces for the last year, but when it goes retrograde, it kind of puts this like new perspective, right? Reanalyzing, reprioritizing with any sort of retrograde that we experience. It just asks us to kind of glance at that planetary aspect, right? The element that it's in from a new vantage point. Like I'm thinking of a bird's eye view. So I think this is why the martyr, this self-sacrificing energy is coming up, because Pisces, Saturn in Pisces really talks about having healthy boundaries around how we are of service in the world. So this could be really coming up for you with this 6th house. If you want to know more about Saturn in Pisces, I have a link below for the video that I did last year, okay? So Saturn in Pisces is in your 3rd house. There's this buzziness there. You very well could be, again, the 3rd house influences for Aries. Aries is coming up really strongly for you. So you might have Aries in your chart, or you're dealing with an Aries. If you don't know any of your other placements, again, I offer really personalized birth chart readings. It doesn't just end, at our birth chart. I offer a lot of support and clarity with my readings. And you also get a full 2-question tarot spread to go along with it. So if you're interested in getting a birth chart reading with me, you can email me, right? Check out my links below. So anyway, there is this 3rd house influence. This is Gemini energy. Okay, so Saturn in Pisces, and this is going to be a prolonged period of time, just like this Jupiter in Gemini in your 6th house. It's going to be over like the next year, right? Even Saturn's going to be in Pisces even longer than that. So this is something to really sit down with. This is not like, say, Venus or Mercury, which moves pretty consistently on a month and a half basis. So the Saturn and the Jupiter influence, they really go hand in hand. So it would be really good for you, Capricorn, to look at your Jupiter and Saturn placements and get really familiar with them, okay? But again, your sun, your ascendant sign, there's just this influence right now of the 3rd and 6th house, okay? So 3rd house, again, communication. This is mental activity. This can make you feel a bit restless. And that's why I think that you might be feeling a little ungrounded, right? So how can you ground yourself, right? What are some practices that you can implement to get out of the mind and to tap more into the body? So what's coming up for me is like somatic practices, okay? If you don't know what somatic practices are, there's a ton of information online, okay? 3rd house also, it's like a computer system. It's a database, Gemini energy, right? They are the intellects. They are like sponges when it comes to information. They're also the chameleon of the zodiac, the twins, the dualism, right? So they can absorb a lot of different perspectives and information and insight. But again, it's like, I see it as a computer that, has all these files and they're all unorganized, and you have to learn how to compartmentalize and organize and siphon through some of the energy that you're taking in. So Saturn in Pisces, again, this is structure, routine. This month, it's so important for you, Capricorn, to create some sort of consistency. Consistency is key. I think that's probably what I'm going to name your reading, because there is something about consistency. And also, again, don't beat yourself up if you, whatever it is, a diet, a regimen, I'm going to do 10 minutes a day of journaling, or I'm going to go for a walk for 10 days, or 10 minutes. Maybe it is 10 days you do it, right? And then say on the 11th day you don't. Don't like beat yourself up, but just get right back up on that horse, right? I talked about that energy in Gemini's reading. There was the horse symbolism there. You know, the willpower card. We'll see what shows up for you in the avatar. But yeah, there is a lot about like consistency is key. And just because you might fall off doesn't mean that you give up, right? Because we all fall off sometimes on our manifestation, our dreams, our desires, what we're wanting. And that's okay. No one is perfect. You know, and then people get so like rigid around, you know, even the laws of attraction and manifestation. You will get it over time. It's just like anything, you know, there's this, my friend was talking to me about this. I'm going to mess it up probably, but it's like 30, 60, 90 rule. Something with how we as humans, if we can at least do something 30 minutes a day for 60 days or 90 days, something like that. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, but there are these like kind of patterns that we can create new neural pathways over time with that consistency. So just try your best, okay? And don't let others lead you astray. Don't let your mind lead you astray as well. If you feel like you're around certain people that just make you feel confused, and I'm getting the word clusterfucked, just really think about that. Be like, is this serving me right now? Am I getting led astray? Right? There's something about the details, the simple things, like really soaking up those moments of having a cup of tea, right? It doesn't have to be so strict and rigid, right? Capricorn, you can be very strict on yourself. You know, you're governed and ruled by Saturn as well. So not saying you can't do it. That's not what I'm getting at here, but there is something maybe you are beating yourself up about. And that's why a lot of people fall off of any sort of manifesting or any sort of goal, even just having any goals is because like, oh, well, I messed up. It must mean that I can't do it. You know, it's like, no, that's life. It's okay. I'm getting that song off. Ooh, well, that's a good one. Aaliyah, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again, try again. If at first you don't succeed. I have a morning voice right now. Don't mind me. Yeah. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Okay? Okay, Capricorn, let's get into this. I'll link that song. Oh, that's a good one. That's one of my favorite songs. Authenticity just popped out there. Let's see. Capricorn. Yeah. Interesting. Energetic shields. That was what I was talking about. Like, if you're around people that make you feel like just clusterfuck, like this is just too much. And again, there might be certain things that you just got to do, right? Again, there's a lot of the sixth house. This is also work, you know. Sixth house also talks about mentorship. It's more like aunts and uncles. You know, that one teacher that you had growing up. This is something that I want you to think about. Do you have like a teacher, a fond memory of a teacher or a mentor outside of your family, or even say your aunt or uncle? What kind of relationship do you have with them, and why was that important, or why wasn't it important? That's sixth house as well. But yeah, energetic shield here, an energy exchange. So this is a lot around like being mindful of, again, the people you're around, the energy that you're giving out. But the energy exchange is very much reminding me of the sixth house, because that is the house of service, giving. But again, there's a balance there of how much energy you are giving off to people. I actually want to read just briefly here, just to get a clearer picture for you. Yeah, you could have a lot of people, like again, you could have a lot of responsibility that's kind of stacking up, and it's taking a toll on you in some way. So again, this inner critic, perfectionism, the mental activity that's happening in Gemini season, especially for earth signs, it can be a bit ungrounding at times. It's just very fast. It's a fast moving energy. Yeah, this is about like, you know, having some downtime, a self-care day, right? Oh, and also incorporating yellows. Diet. Ooh, so this is another thing about the sixth house. This is Virgo, which represents purity, the virgin. So sixth house also does talk a lot about health. So this is where, again, implementing like a diet or trying like maybe fasting, intermittent fasting, doing more greens, it's saying here, specifically incorporating yellow, green veggies like ginger, pineapple, lemons, and leafy vegetables into your diet, right? So just trying to at least like, it doesn't have to be like balls to the wall here. And this is what people do. We get into these extremes. This has been coming up in almost every reading because I think it's the Gemini energy. I'm a Gemini myself, so I know this energy very well. Trust me. Luckily, I have a lot of earth in my chart that helps me kind of ground my ass down. But yeah, it's not, we don't have to go crazy with it. We can just like, I'm gonna try to have at least one healthy meal a day, or I'm gonna cut out some of those foods, or maybe I'm going to fast, or again, smoothies every morning, right? That could be as simple as it is, but there is something about your health and dieting that's really big, because purification. So you could be purifying your energy. This is saging, right? This is also like bath. When I think of the Virgin, right? She's pouring that water. That's Aquarius as well. Yeah, saging, you know, whatever you want to do to like purify your energy. This could be like energy cord cuttings, meditations. There's so much stuff online. I will link below. I myself try to do meditations every night before bed. It just helps me wind down because I got a lot of energy and I have to learn how to, you know, exercise. That's why I implement exercise into my life. And for the most part, I eat fairly healthy. I fall off, it's okay, but I do notice it when I do. And I'm like, oh, wow, that does make a difference. And again, once you start to just do it more often, it's like second nature, okay? But I will link below a channel that I really love, especially the root chakra reading, guided meditation. But there's like energetic cord clearing. This is coming up for you. Purifying your spaces internally and externally. All right, Capricorn. Fork in the road, the fates. So there's a fated turn of events, and this could have already happened or will be happening. Again, tarot is timeless, and whenever you find this, you might just be finding yourself having to make some big decisions. But just know that something is fated here. You are coming to the edge of something. You're kind of breaking out of maybe your comfort zone a little bit, because again, the fates is kind of like, it's fated, it's kind of out of your control to some extent, but it is reminding me of like the star energy. This is 17, which is also the star. So what you've wished upon a star, you know, when you wish upon a star. So any sort of goal that you have. What the message I'm getting here, interesting, is there could have been something that you wished for, and this could have been a while ago, right? This is going to be different for everyone. This is a general reading. If you want to get more personal, I offer personal readings. You can email me. But what I'm getting here with this star is there's something that, this is also talking about health and healing, right? Rejuvenation, bath, right? Cleansing baths. Because you see the star card in the major arcana, she is purifying herself in water. But what I'm getting at here is that there's something that you wished for, and it's specifically from your childhood. There was like this childlike innocence and this play and something that you did, right? And maybe you are on a completely different path and maybe you're enjoying that ride, right? But there is something that you are wanting to connect back into. It doesn't have to be from young childhood, but something that you did in your earlier ages. And this could be even just a hobby. This doesn't have to be a job, but it could be relationship too. Decisions around relationship, but you're pushing yourself maybe out of your comfort zone because there's something that you know that brings you a lot of joy and happiness with the fates, the star. You're also being a little bit more receptive and open here with coming to the edge. Having to have more trust that, your passions are going to lead you to some extent. It's going to lead you to wish fulfillment too with the fates. But it does come with a choice, right? Power of free will is always at play with any readings you get, right? Tarot picks up on energy and then you get to make the choice. That's just the way it works. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just here to hopefully, my goal is to just show you, be a mirror to some extent of what already lies within you, Capricorn. This takes courage, right? Taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, right? Accepting risk. So there's something about risk here that is going to lead you more to what's fated, right? What's healing. This is also just talking about having some healthy boundaries, right? Again, energy exchange, energetic shield that we saw here earlier. I love these cards. I just got these as a gift from a dear friend for my birthday. I just had my birthday at the end of May. I'm a cusper, Taurus cusper. All right, let's get into the tarot. We're 19 minutes in. Yeah, there's something that might feel risky, right? Out of your routine. Maybe you have been so focused on money, right? 6th house influence. You have this full moon in your sign too, so you can really utilize that energy this month. I would suggest on the full moon, which is going to be, when is this what date is it? I have it in my notes here. The full moon's on June 21st, so just take note of that date. I would definitely do some energetic work. This could be literally cord cutting, meditation, going to a hot spring if you have one near you, going to soak somewhere, just drawing up a bath. One practice that I do with purification in general is with baths. You can actually use water as a vessel, right? So you can pray upon it, right? And you might feel a little awkward, or maybe you already know about this, Capricorn, but you ask the water, water spirits, this is a vessel that is going to help release full moon, right? Purify me. So allow that water, as you're sitting in it, you're meditating on like the water actually washing away any sort of impurities within the mind, body, spirits, right? And this is something that you can actively kind of meditate on and even like journal on the full moon. Yeah, meditation just flew out there. Look at that. See, this is definitely something like spirit's like, yes, please do that. Yes, please do that. And what I do is I actually physically, I'll say this out loud or within my mind, and I'll sit in the water for however long, and then in the bathtub. You can use Epsom salts as well. And then when you go to drain the tub, you actually watch the water go down the drain, and you feel what it is that you're releasing. You see it right in your mind's eye. Whatever comes up for you that you're trying to release, purify, 6th house. Lots to do with water though. Water is going to benefit you a lot. Yeah, the moon. Yeah, look at all these water cards coming up, 6 of Cups. Especially around your past fears, past trauma within relationships. Maybe this was with a fire sign. All right, Capricorn. There's something about bodies of water. It's going to be so helpful for you on that full moon, especially. Capricorn, please show me the Capricorn collective, the truth and nothing but the truth for Capricorn. Capricorn, please show me. I'm pulling from the 70 Elemental deck, by the way, one of my favorite decks. Capricorn. Capricorn, please show me. Capricorn, one more card for Capricorn. There we go, okay. You have a lot of water here, and also we have, ooh, there's Justice card. You have a lot of major arcana showing up. 3 out of 5 of your cards are major arcana. We have the Hierophant, the Hangman, and Justice. 2 of Swords and 2 of Fire. There's that fork in the road. Remember we saw that earlier? This is all about decisions, options, okay? You definitely are at a pivot. And with any sort of 2 energy here, it takes a pause. Hangman, Pisces energy. You could be dealing with Pisces, have Pisces in your chart. Where do you have Pisces or Taurus or Libra as well? Okay, these are people that you could be having to make decisions around. I don't see you really, like, this is the thing with making decisions, right? When we're at a fork in the road, we feel like all hell's gonna break loose if we make the wrong decision. Me personally, as a reader and just as a person, I don't feel like there's ever really any wrong decision. It might not be for your highest good, but we're not gonna get to that necessarily evolved version of ourselves overnight. This takes practice. This takes setbacks. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, I post a lot of supportive content, you know, and just getting to know me as a person, right? So you can follow me on Instagram, my link's below. But there was this woman was talking about, like, when we're on the path, right? When we're manifesting, we have this objective or dream or our dream vision. There's going to be setbacks, right? There's going to be obstacles. It doesn't mean that this is not meant for you. And that's where people get stunted, is because they feel like, well, there's so many setbacks. There's so many things that are just getting in the way. And yes, there comes a point when we have to honor that. And we have to question, why are there so many setbacks? You know, you might need some sort of practical plan here, okay? This is Taurus energy. It doesn't mean that it's not for you. And this is where we can give up, right? So there is that coming up for you. Feeling defeated, 4 of Cups, rejected. But I keep getting that song, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again, try again. So there is something about, like, defeated, feeling defeated. When you have those moments of feeling defeated, just slow down. It's okay to stay in this Hangman. The Hangman's right in the center here. Taurus also had this energy, and I'm feeling a lot of Taurus energy for you. You could be dealing with a Taurus. Maybe you're having to make some decisions around this person. Again, you could just have these placements in your chart. We will go into more detail in the June love reading, which you can find below, okay? But the scales of justice, justice is being served here. I actually want to clarify this because that's standing out for me. So any sort of delay or setback, you are in that fork in the road right now. It's looking like the Capricorns that I am talking to. Also, this is 6th house, Hierophant, Justice. This is, again, balance, justice, right? Fairness. Hierophant. This is also our values, our principles, our structure, right? Like this discipline through spiritual practices. Hierophant represents religion, right? Spirituality. This is like a leader to some extent. And this visual representation, this artist, you know, see these orbs? These are all like your energetic cords too. There's a lot around cords. You could really benefit from doing a cord cutting. And it doesn't have to be with physically anyone. Yeah, 10 of Wands. There's something around cord cutting, energetic protection here. You are being, even in the delay, you are being protected to some extent. Because balance is being restored in this kind of delay in the Hangman. But there's a fire within you here, 2 of Wands. I want you to really focus more on this, the 2 of Wands, okay? Because the 2 of Wands is, there's more passion. There's more of this Aries energy. Again, strong Aries is showing up for you. You know, again, I'm seeing Pisces here in Taurus, Libra as well, but lots around this Taurus energy. And if you don't have it in your chart, if you're not dealing with the Taurus, they're, you know, like the go-getters, right? This is that North Node in Aries that we are in right now. We're going to be in it for another 6 months, approximately, give or take. So this is believing in your personal power, your sense of autonomy, being an individualist to some extent, making choices for yourself, not being blindsided by other people's opinions or judgment upon you, okay? And that takes pause, you know, that takes time for you to be able to process some of these feelings, feeling drained by other people. Like, your environment plays a crucial role in making this decision. So just give yourself some time this month, okay? Because you might have a lot of options coming in, but this is like planning. This is the first steps, Two of Wands, right? That's showing up here. And this person has the whole world in their hands. So this could talk about looking out at distant horizons. Maybe there's some new prospect that you feel passionate about. This is connecting back to the story that we talked about earlier, right? Where it was like something from your childhood or something when you were a teen in high school that you really loved to do. Maybe this can help you balance out in some area of your life, like bringing back that childlike wonder is what I'm getting for you strongly. You are being faced with a decision, and you might not get to that decision overnight, but what I'm getting the message for you is, as you set healthy boundaries and more clear expectations of what you're doing every day, right? Sixth house, routine, ritual. Life is a living ritual, right? Everything you do, even like cleaning up your room, by doing the laundry, like how much more grounded you feel when you just wash the dishes. Like, you know, self-care, again, lots around your health coming up. Okay, so at this portion of the reading, we are going to pull from the Zodiac Oracle, and we are going to take this over to the love portion, okay? There is a lot of crossover, there tends to be, so I highly encourage you to watch both readings. But again, these are signs that you might be dealing with or are within your chart or theirs. And if you don't know, say the person that you're dealing with, this is where those natal chart readings really help a lot. Again, it's just another tool under your tool belt, right? It's not end all be all. So let's see what signs Capricorn may be dealing with this month and the upcoming months as well. In regards to love, what signs is Capricorn potentially dealing with? Water, strong Pisces was in your reading there. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What else? What other signs is Capricorn dealing with? Capricorn, Moon, Cancer, Pisces again. What else? So what signs are Capricorn dealing with? They could have strong water in their chart, or you could. Strong, especially Moon. You could have a Moon water sign, or this person. Fire, Leo. Yeah, Leo, fire signs. Aries is on the bottom here. Yeah, so any fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. And again, we saw that. Aries strongly, but we have Leo here as well. Leo or Aries. Predominantly, okay? But it could be Sag as well. They could have a moon placement there, okay? Don't stay too fixated on these energies, okay? But that is what is showing up for you. We are going to take this over to the June love reading. I hope to find you over there. But if this is where we part, stay tuned for next month. Check your other placements if this didn't resonate, of course. And also just check out my services below, my Patreon channel. I'm going to be doing an exclusive Jupiter in Gemini all signs reading on my Patreon channel. So if you want to know more about what Jupiter is going to be bringing for you the next year, check it out. I wish you all the best. Bye for now, Capricorn.